Shalom. I want to give all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's kicking his word, sincerity, also in truth. Now, this topic, the swirl, interracial dating. This is a topic that is not new in the nation of Israel. It's something that has always been a stumbling block to us. We always had our women and men mixing, mingling with these heathens and taking on these customs. When you look into the lineage of our people, it's something that's very, very particular, you see. And we weren't supposed to take on marriages with these other people, right? Because that was always an avenue for us to commit idolatry. Because within you marrying these heathens, if you will, what would happen? Well, you would take on the customs, you see. And this is something that we seeing being pushed on a high level, you know. Now in particular, you see the so-called black woman, she's getting with the so-called white man, you know, out of disdain that they have for the so-called black man, you know. And conversely, you see that happening with the so-called black men, you know, which are Judites, mixed and mingling with the so-called white man. Now, a man can have a concubine. He can date. He can deal with these other nations, as long as she's just that. She's just somebody that you are busting down, or just having sex with. She's basically your slave, right? She doesn't have the merits of a wife. But a lot of these guys are getting with these so-called white women, you know, and they change. The whole demeanor has changed. I myself, you know, I was raised around, you know what I'm saying, Edomites and also Judites. Actually, majority Edomites and Judites, you see. And one thing that I would see when these various cats would get with these so-called white women, they would change. The whole demeanor would change. They would begin to listen to country music, start using dip, you know, start wearing cowboy boots. The whole demeanor would change. Why is that? Because they would take on the customs, you know, of their oppression. And this is something that has always been prohibited for our people, man. And it's always been a stumbling block for our people. Okay. See, sex has always been used as a tool to keep our people, you know, in a very low state, in a low vibration, right? And there's something, and the whole concept of sex has always been a stumbling block unto us. Okay, so I want to read a couple of scriptures going into this topic, you know, because now you see a lot of these women out here that's starting to get with the Edomite man, right? And according to the scriptures, that's going on. Okay. Now this is Ezra 9:1. Now when these things were done, the prince came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. And they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in this trespass. That's right. So with our leaders taking on the customs of the Ammonites, the Perizzites, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptians, things of that nature, what was being pushed? What was idolatry was being pushed, man. You know, the way of the heathen, right? And what is the way the heathen that we see are being pushed now? Transgenderism, what I'm saying, homosexuality, right? The whole concept that you are God. All these are concepts that come from the heathen that our people have taken on via these unlawful marriages, man. And excuse the noise in the background. I'm at work right now, so if it's loud, it's like I'm walking away from it. You see, these perverse um, marriages are the beginning of what? Of idol worship. And idol worship leads to what? Death. Wisdom of Solomon 14:22. Moreover, this was not enough for them that they erred in the knowledge of the Most High, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace. And what are the things that we just previously named? You had these Americans, the modern day Babylonians. They call it peace. They call a young boy chopping off his rod peace, or love, accepting that madness or that mutilation is considered love, according to the doctrine that's being perpetuated here in Western civilization. That's just one small, example, man. And again, these concepts are being accepted by a lot of our people. Why is that? Because they have mixed and mingled with the heathen via these unlawful marriages. You see, verse 24, whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, abortions and things of that nature, or used secret ceremonies, or made revilings of strange rites, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another treacherously, or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of a good man, forgiveness of good turns, the falling of souls, changing of kind. And what is that? Transgenderism, right? Disorder in marriages, right? The woman is over the man. Now it's 50-50, alimony, all that crap. You see? Adultery and shameless uncleanness. For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. And because our people, again, have taken on the customs of, these heathens, these various heathens in which they marry, you see that these attributes that I just named, or I just read, actually, thriving in our so-called communities, in particular the so-called Negro community, man. You see? And again, they're pushing this whole concept of squirrel or women getting with the Edomite man because it's a form of eugenics. It's a way in which they could breed us out. And it's working perfectly. You see? It's working perfectly. Let's go back to Ezra, the 9th chapter. Ezra 9:2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of their lands. Even the hand of the princes and rulers have been chief in their trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rendered my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonished. Right? Because Ezra knew that within us doing this, man, we are tainting, guess what? That holy seed, man. Right? Hey, even primates understand the importance of the seed, man. When you look up certain monkeys, things of that nature, man, they're actually getting to it, man. Say for instance, you have the leader, of a particular pride, and that pride's leader, or wife, or woman, for lack of a better term, tries to get with Somebody else in the pride of a young stallion, guess what? The fight's gonna break out. Why is that? Because he wants to preserve his particular seed. How much more so for the Heavenly Father's people? You see. But now the marriage has been so tainted that guess what? Anybody can have sex with anybody now. Supposedly it doesn't matter. And that mindset has left our so-called families in disarray. The whole concept of baby daddy, baby mama. These women out here got 3 or 4 different baby daddies, man. The seed is tainted, man. And what has that led to? Confusion. These young kids growing up without a father. Now they don't. These young boys don't want to be a man, and these young girls don't want a man. So dang on woman, the dang on woman, the little girl, she grows to be a stud, and conversely, the dang on young boy, he grows to be a damn homosexual. And all this is a product of the marriage being tainted. You see, adultery is running rampant. You know, and and this all goes back to what? The whole concept of idolatry, excuse me. Okay? Now this is matter of fact, I just read up and grab the whole thing. Deuteronomy 7:1. When Yahweh thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, the Ammonites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. And thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shalt thou make marriages unto them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, and that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy you suddenly. So there you go. Hey, how about Shemel Shah just told you, you know, you mix and mingle with these Ammonites, they're gonna turn you from serving the Heavenly Father. You see that vibration going on now in particular with our women. You see in our men. You know, and that's how you know that, you know, the nation of Israel is gonna come in different shades, man. Because guess what? We've been mixing and mingling with the heathen for centuries. About ready? I was saying, you about ready? Sorry about that. Had to politic, but and that's how you know the nation of Israel gonna come in different shades, looking like different people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been mixing and mingling with the heathen for centuries, bro. You see, you got to think too. During the time of Ezra, during the time of Nehemiah, a lot of those people, man, they was put away. Those was Israelites that were put away in that time during the Babylonian captivity. Well, after Babylonian captivity. You see? So this thing of ours is very, very heavy, man. You know, very heavy. You know, back to it though. Verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriage with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of Yahweh be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thou shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. And you know exactly what Israel did, man. What did we do? we did the exact opposite. And start following these dang on idols, man. Let's get it. Psalms 106 and 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom Yahweh commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their their works, and they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, worshiping Molech, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. And if you notice, now Esau has taken on these Hamitic gods, man, and these Hamitic gods, are now a stumbling block unto our people, man. Get it? Planned Parenthood, feminists, things of that nature. It all goes back to these Hamitic gods, which Esau has basically taken on and whitewashed, man. So these various concepts that are stumbling blocks to our people, they have always gone back to Canaan. But see, Esau has perfected it to another level, man. Okay? So mixing and mingling with these heathens has always been a stumbling block unto our people. And for that, our people have always been destroyed because of it. Verse 39. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua kindled against his people, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance, and he gave them into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated them ruled over them. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection under their land. So the reason why we are still serving out this captivity is why? Because our people have went a whoring, right? And it started with what? Mixing mingling with the heathen. You see, so it's something that's prohibited in the nation of Israel, man. Okay? And most are willing is edifying. Just wanted to get some shed some light on this, man, because I'm starting to see that they start to push that war. Our black women so-called black women getting with so-called white men. And technically that's going on. Now we know these women are wicked and they ain't, whoop-de-whoop. The most are going to destroy them. But, just for edification, I wanted to bring it out. And also a disclaimer. If you are a man and you got a heathen that you dealing with, just keep it for what it is, man. She ain't nobody you should be trying to marry and boo up. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do with her. She your servant, and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Call all your Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle and the elders, and we will. Peace and blessing to you brothers out there that's kicking his words, sincerity, also truth. Shalom.